Recording is on.
So, welcome. It is the 6th of May, 2024, and we are live here. It's part of the Designathon, and I'm giving a UX research workshop. My name is Mo Gashni, and I've been a UX researcher in the space for a while now, working with various projects and helping them to understand the needs of their users. So, thank you so much for being here. This session is completely for you to ask your questions. I hope that you have some good questions, and I hope that through your questions, we can understand the research needs of whatever you're working on. And I'm very happy that Christoph is here and Eric is here as well. So, thanks very much for being here. Yeah, that's it. So, I'm going to go into this session more with asking you questions about why you think you need to do research on your project, and then we can keep on just diving in deeper with the questions. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You're going to find the solutions yourself, because I think that's a much more empowering way of doing things. So yeah, let's begin. V and Johannes, what are you working on? Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what are the questions that you have on your mind right now before you start building this product? Yes. So I've written your questions over here. What was your third question? Okay. So this is the game. I'm just going to write it here. Okay. How do you think you should go about it? What do you think is the best approach? Mm-hmm. 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 So, mhm. So I'm gonna post a question for the whole room because I think that you learn by asking yourself the right questions. So if we just go around the room, when you're building a product for the first time, what do you think should be the first two questions that you ask yourself? Just let's just brainstorm. What are these questions? When you're building something, what do you think should be the first two questions that you should be asking yourself? Really, all the way at the top. Why am I doing this? Okay, let's just write it down. Okay, yeah. Anyone else? What is it meant to achieve? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, anyone else? Okay, anyone else? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I can say specifically with regards to the project that V is working on. I think that the most relevant questions in this case for the brainstorming are these two here: the one asked by Christoph and the current problems. Um, Although it's a game, I don't know if it's really solving a problem. I would say maybe it's scratching an itch for someone, something that they want to have fun with, or something, um, you know. So let's start with Christoph's one here, because Christoph has actually created a game in the Bitcoin design community. So what does everyone think are the top two questions you think you should ask yourself when you're creating a game? Because this is a little bit more specific. Yeah. Yes. Yes, exactly. Okay. So V, how are you feeling about these questions? Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. So what research do you think you need to do to understand this question over here? How will it be fun? What type of research do you need to do? Okay, anyone? You see how we started off with these questions over here, and now we just went all the way down, and now we're here. So now we're getting specific, okay? We're not just jumping into solutions, we're asking ourselves questions first. Okay. So what kind of research do you think you need to do to understand how do you make a game fun? Hmm. 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 Sorry, I just lost my audio there. V, how are you feeling with these kinds of suggestions? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So V, coming back to these questions now, and with all of this, that we've been discussing, this is the most important part over here. Um, why will they come back to play again, and how will it be fun? And the how will it be fun? These two questions here, this first question here, and the second one over here, lead you into understanding what kind of research you need to do. And the why I kind of started with this question angle is because not every project has the same research needs. A game is going to be completely different. And if you see the questions that you asked yourself in the beginning, how should you go about it? If you dive into understanding how Housey was made and understanding its formula, you will understand how you should go about designing this game. That's going to answer this first question, but that question is like really broad. Um, so what do you think you should be researching now at these early stages based on this discussions that we've had? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good point. Whatever decision you make on how it will be fun will impact its educational content as well. Um, so, these three questions kind of all lean into each other. So I'm going to put this into the chat for you here so that you have your questions, V, and then we'll just move on to another project. I hope that was helpful for you. Um, I'm not going to suggest any of the resources from the Bitcoin UX Research Toolkit for you, because I don't think that the toolkit is specific to the project that you're working on. Um, so I think these questions are going to be enough for you to start to get things going. Does that feel good for you? Yeah. Mhm. And what I will suggest is just you can grab these questions from the chat and you can just put it into a Google document and you just do all your research in a Google document. Just keep it easy, keep it simple. So let's move on to the next project. Is there anyone else that has questions about their projects? So we can do a similar exercise that we did now with V's project to kind of decide what research angle might be the best. Would anyone else like to share what project they're working on or what questions they have on their mind with regards to their project that they're working on? It's just any questions you have on your mind. We can just start with questions. No one? Everyone's shy. Toby, Rhonda. If not, I can dive into sharing a bit about the UX research toolkit. Does anyone have any questions for now? No? Okay. I'm going to share my screen and share the UX research toolkit, which was a kit that was built by a few of us, I think about 2 years ago. Um, it starts with questions. So all of you are building something, and you're going to be building something fun or something that you think solves a specific use case. But often, when you're beginning to build at the beginning, you're asking yourself questions. So you're about to launch. Now, I'm guessing this question is not really relevant for most of you. Are you building the right thing? Maybe this question is relevant for some of your projects. So if we click into this one here, are we building the right thing? Because I think this is maybe one of the questions that will be the most relevant to a lot of what you're doing. Is the are we building the right question is we're building something new and we don't know if we're building the right thing. This kind of felt a little bit similar to V's question. Now, if you're building a wallet, I'd like to hear a little bit about the projects that you're working on. But if you're building a wallet, a very specific wallet, ideally you would go into something that's like a competitive analysis. Or once you've gone further along in your design process, you can then prototype whatever you're testing. Like V could prototype her game, and then she can test her game out on other people, and she can make changes to what she's built after she's tested. So I think for a lot of you who are doing the designathon, it feels as if the competitive analysis and the prototyping are going to be the most um, relevant. I'm going to share this in the chat as well. It feels as if it's going to be the most relevant research processes for you right now, because those are two research processes that take very little time. You're just going to go, let's say you're building, let me just ask who's building what at the moment. Timmy, you're taking part in the designathon. What are you working on? Good morning. Okay. Zeus mobile app. Okay. So what type of research do you think you need to be doing, and why are you redesigning the Zeus mobile app? Mm-hmm. Okay. And how do you know that these are gaps in the UI? Okay, okay. So you're more working on a redesign of a few specific screens for Zeus Wallet. Okay. So what do you need to research or understand? So I'm going to just start a new one here. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen here. So I'm just going to type the question, redesign of a few screens of Zeus Wallet. Okay. So what are the questions that you think you should be asking yourself? So this one question is for Timmy and Toby. What are the questions that you think you should be asking yourself? Okay. So what area should I be focusing on? So what do you mean by what area you should be focusing on? No problem. What do you mean by what area you should I be focusing on? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Toby, any questions you are thinking about? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, based off of these three questions from Toby and Timmy, the first question is what area should we be focusing on? The second question is are we redesigning because there is a UX problem or a UI problem? The third question is how can we make it easy for users to navigate and understand the copy? So, from these three questions that um, they've both shared with us now, do you think that there's any other more relevant question that we might be missing out on? Or that's my first question for just for the rest of the group. Hmm. 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 Oh, we're losing you. I don't know if that's my internet or Eric's internet. You can hear me? It's Eric. Eric, sorry we lost you there. Yeah, right. Okay. So now we're going even better. Okay. So now we have from this one here, what area should I be focusing on? Um, we're going deeper into that question with questions for the developer to understand the developer's goals. Okay, so I'm just going to put this here and I'm going to remove this one here. So Eric has now shared three questions which he thinks would be good for you guys to ask the developer, because then if you ask the developer these questions, you're likely going to get buy-in with regards to your design. And if you get buy-in with regards to your design suggestion, then the developer is likely to put the design into development, actually implement the designs that you create during the designathon. Um, mhm, 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 mhm. So everyone has suggested now to speak to the developer, right? I'm going to make another suggestion. Oh, there we go. Arjun has just suggested something as well. So you have all of these questions. What does Zeus do well? What is the developer's vision? What do they want the wallet to be really good at? And what is working out very well in the design? Now, I can tell you that I'm just going to change the color here. These two questions over here, you can actually find the answers to these questions through online research, because the users of Zeus Wallet will be on various platforms and they will be sharing how they feel. They will be sharing what they like, they will be sharing what they don't like. Um, so, my question for Timmy and for Toby is how do you think you can find this information online? because here you need to speak to the developer, and here you also need to speak to the developer. How do you think you can find this information online, Timmy and Toby? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Christoph has posted something in the chat. Matt gave ChatGTP 30 wallet screenshots and had them evaluated based on the Bitcoin design guide. This could be a nice addition to speaking to the developer and asking users. Now, this is a really good point. I would like to dive into this. So, here we have, I'm just going to make this here. I'm going to say AI research. Okay. So there's three different ways that you can find out the answers to these questions. So the first way is speak to dev. Okay. The second way is you can see what users are saying online. Okay. The third way is you can create a survey as you suggested. The fourth way is to use AI. So I'm just going to say Bitcoin design guide plus AI. So right now you have four different ways that you're going to dive in deeper into these questions over here. What does Zeus do well? And what is working out? There's another question that I would also add because, okay, I would say, what is Zeus doing well? What are users struggling with? And that's it. That's the only two questions. It's as simple as those two questions. Um, because if you know the answers to those two questions, you can then move into the design process with more conviction, with more trust that the design that you're doing is going to have the highest impact. Because once you know this information here and you kind of connect all of these dots together, you will then know which design that will help you to answer the main question is which screens, if designed, will have the highest impact on the product. So that is actually the biggest question to ask yourself through all of this. And you would need to conduct this research to answer those questions. Is that making sense for you? Okay. So for your specific project, I would say in terms of highest impact, I would actually go for these three. I wouldn't do the survey because you actually already have enough information. The information is online and you have access to the Bitcoin design guide and ChatGTP to be able to guide you. And Christoph provided an example in the chat there. I think, in my opinion, if you do these three, you will have all of the information that you need to decide to answer this question: which screens, if redesigned, will have the highest impact? The developer is going to have his own opinion about which screens those are. The users will have their own opinion about which screens those are, and AI will have its own opinion about which screens those are. If you connect these three dots here together, you will have your answer. Um, so I hope this was helpful for you. I can share this also in the channel after the call so that you have this in one place. Was that is that helpful for you as a project? Yeah. Do you feel confident with this, like, sort of as a jumping spot to go and conduct the research, or do you have any more questions on how to conduct the research? Do you know where to find what users are saying online? Where would you look to answer this question? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to tell you that Zeus probably has a Telegram group. Probably. I think they do. I think I was part of their Telegram group. Um, and you can also go look on GitHub issues, because users are actually filing issues about things that they're not happy about. So these two places here is going to actually help you to understand the one with what users are saying. So I will just put this in light green, and I will put this in light green as well. So yeah, this is team. These arrows are not looking particularly good, but okay. So this is Team Zeus. Yeah, cool. We still have 12 minutes to go. Okay, Team Zeus, is that feeling good for you? And it's really valuable. So when you do all your research, please keep everything in one place, so that you have everything in one place. So usually what I like to do is I just like to make a Google Drive, and I like to keep everything in the Google Drive, because if I want to feed it into AI, you can use AI to analyze the research as well. Yep. Team Zeus, I hope that was helpful. Let's move on to the next one. If anyone has any other questions, for 10 minutes, let's see who else we have. Yes, please make them accessible as well. Arjun and Asit Datar, are you guys working together by any chance? No. Okay. What are you working on, Arjun? Okay. So you're looking to join a team at the moment. Okay. All right. What are the kind of things that you're interested in? Okay. So mostly on the design side. Okay. So Christoph actually posted, I'm going to just share this post over here. Christoph posted a summary about the projects that I have that are in the running at the moment. And I'm going to go ahead and share this with you, Arjun, because I think at this stage, this is the most helpful to you to see which projects are going to be worked on at the moment. You also see the names of the people next to those projects. And what you can then do is you can reach out to these people on Discord, um, and see if you can join or decide to work on it yourself. Oh, yeah. Would Would you like to, Christoph? Would I can share my screen. Um, let's see. Here we go. Nadine, you prefer brush? No. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. So could you just refresh my what type of widget are you looking to build? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Yes. Mm-hmm. Nice. So let's start this one here. Beacon. Okay. So what questions do you think you need to be asking yourself um, now as you know what you're designing, you know what you're building. So what questions do you think you should be asking yourself? Mm-hmm. 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 Does everyone here think he's asking himself the right questions? Or does he need to ask himself something else, maybe? Mm. I actually see that this is a great suggestion from from Eric as well. So it feels as if your project leans a little bit more into design research. Um, yeah. So I would start with competitive research, which is in the Bitcoin UX research toolkit. If you do you have the link to that one? Um, Let me share it quickly. Yeah. I actually have to hop off on another call right now as well, and Christoph as well. So I'm just going to share the link here for the competitive research for the in the UX research toolkit. Yeah, I see Christoph and Daniel are both here. And I'm actually having the call with both of them. So yeah, I would like to thank everyone for joining the call. Do you feel it was helpful for you for your specific project? Okay, I'm very happy to hear that. Good, good. And Timmy and Toby, I'll just post a screenshot of this one over here in the Designathon channel in about an hour after my next call, so that you have everything here in one place. I can do the same for you as well, V, or do you think you have all of these questions already? Okay, perfect. Just work with the Google document and you'll be good. All right. Thank you everyone so much for joining the call. I will stop the recording. And there's another call later this evening, which you're welcome to join as well. If you'd like to continue with your questions. Oh, Asit, you would like to say something. Go ahead. Yeah. So if you do your research now in the next few hours, just bring the research that you did to the next call and we can talk about it. So that's also an option. Yeah. All right. See you on the next call. Bye bye.